not scouting at 3. Then you have McKeans and Dauber, who each have him at 5th overall. And then up in many outlets is the fact that this is the best NTDP goal scorer this program has seen since Cole Caulfield, pretty much. If you remember the Cole and goals in a season, and Yzerman, who coincidentally is also first named Cole, has 32 goals in 30 games played this year with the NTDP, 53 total points as well. He's got a 67-point and 49-goal pace. However, you could go out there and say that when it comes to a lot of these records, he has actually slowed down on all-time records in the NTDP's history right now. Yzerman is second in total goals in the history of the program behind Cole Caulfield. He's got 101 in 92 games played. There are, about 12 games left for Yzerman to catch Cole Caulfield in overall goals. I don't think he does it personally, but this is still a guy who is at that level and pretty much in that same territory of goal scorer, maybe just as a -1. And then for all-time records and goals, I mean, Caulfield in his 17-year-old year had 72 goals in 64 games played. There's a lot of work for Yzerman to do if he wants to catch up to that. But for now, it's easy to see the skill set that he possesses just based off of the numbers. If you want to go over the scouting report, this is what Dauber goes out there and talks about in regards to Yzerman. It's no secret that he is the best shot in the 2024 draft class. It's powerful, accurate, and given time and space is nearly guaranteed to be a given goal. However, and this is where you get into the other concerns, when you zoom away from his core strength, Yzerman carries with him a few key flaws. Particularly, he's got a lot of work to do with his skating. While effective off the rush and on-net opportunities, he lacks the edge work and explosiveness to create separation from defenders who focus on him. His weak stride also doesn't make him much for a forechecking threat, and far too often leaves him behind the play, which leads to penalties taken. Yzerman, his playmaking ability is currently underutilized as pucks tend to end up behind the net or frozen shortly after receiving a puck. Going forward, he'll need to develop some extra layers to his game in some way, whether by improving his passing game, speed, or defensive ability. Yzerman needs to evolve his game to match his current reputation as an elite-level prospect. Fortunately, he has plenty of time to do so. This is written by David Sod, and back when this scouting report was written, Yzerman was ranked 5th overall in the rankings. Now, if you wanted to talk about these concerns, this is why, if you take a look at some of the recent lists, NHL Central Scouting had Yzerman ranked as their 8th overall North American skater. And you also had Sam Constantino go out there in his recent January edition of the 2024 NHL Draft Prospect Rankings for Sportsnet, list Yzerman at 8th overall too. This is what the scouting report says on this website here. Still operating at a goal per game pace mid-season, however, his defensive play and play away from the puck are the areas of concern. Now, even though there are some conversations to be had negatively about the way Yzerman plays off the puck and his playmaking, this is where we go into the defense. I want to turn your attention to Sammy Terpak. Sam used to do work for Java Prospects. They write for All My Hockey now, and the Slovak hockey outlet Sportnet. He had a tweet thread the other day that I thought was really interesting and actually lends itself well to this conversation. This is from January 12th, so just 2 days ago. I'm going to be honest, Terpak says, this entire Cole Yzerman hate, let's call it what it is absolutely unwarranted. Here's why. Sure, he is not the best player off the puck. Sure, Yzerman is not that good defensively. And sure, he's not that good of a playmaker. He's 3rd in assists on the US NTDP. But consider these before you put any judgments out. He's one of the best goal scorers in NTDP history. He's the best goal scorer of the last few drafts. Bedard excluded. Duh. The implication here is that he's a better goal scorer than Matvei Mishkov. Yzerman has also not had an instance of a season tournament under a goal per game rate in his entire life since the Brick Invitational tournament at 9 years of age. And only Mike Bossy and Pat LaFontaine pulled that off ever in NHL history, and not even Gretzky, Lemieux, or Messier did that. It's hard to do. And that is actually a correct step if you go over to Yzerman and his individual lists of things that he's done in the past. Every single tournament that he's been a part of, he has been over a goal a game, both internationally and in terms of just regular old hockey tournaments. Cole Caulfield. And this is verified too. If you go over to the NTDP's all-time history and you sort only by U17 players, last year's version of Cole Yzerman outscored Cole Caulfield by that exact 15-goal marker. Matthews did it at a U18 level only, as he was the OG record holder before Caulfield. So I excluded him from the thing above, but Yzerman's 1.3 goals per games played in his draft -1 at U18 levels is better than Austin Matthews' .916 goals per games played was. And so statistically speaking, there are so many reasons to believe in Cole Yzerman being the best goal scorer out of this NTDP program ever since Cole Caulfield, and maybe even surpassing him if you wanted to only take a look at U16 production. Sure, his draft year itself may not be in that exact same territory, but he's still over a goal a game, so there certainly is a lot to look forward to. And of course, there are U18 tournaments coming up as the year is going to go on, so that's going to add another layer of discussion to Yzerman and his draft stock. But for now, scouts are taking a look at his defensive play, they're taking a look at his lack of playmaking, they're taking a look at his off-puck play and saying, yeah, that's not good enough, and that's going to drop him down a few pegs in my draft rankings. But if you take a look at the good, there really is a profile here that emits the same aura of greatness as some other guys in the past. Does Cole Yzerman step into the NHL and become a 30, 35 goal guy consistently? That's very well possible. Does he have a ceiling of maybe hitting 50 goals one day? I'd say that's also possible too. And considering that he's a lot bigger than Caulfield as well, there could very well be a world where this guy is a top 5 pick and nobody bats an eye. But at the end of the day, this is the best shooter, the best shot, and the best goal scorer in the 2024 draft. His name is Cole Yzerman, and I want you to let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. I hope you enjoyed this edition of Trolls 99 and 5.
Alright boys, now that we're done playing Overwatch, let's get can we please play Minecraft? I've been asking for a while now. Where did we go? How about this boys? Ooh, I'm down for that rock. Hold it up. Again, I guess I'll tell you what to play. Alright, I will just play the one that you guys don't know. Like hell you will. It's your guys' idea. I will be the game cover. I won't take this from you. Alright, fine. I'll be playing soon. I'll take you one part of this match. Exercise is 51. I'm going to go with blue because that was the best color. Wait, what? The last one is the rapidly out of the shows us the middle of the it is out of our control. The bigger bet, yeah, come on, Joe. We're playing this early. You're something like me now. Okay, chill out. I was just wondering. I'm going to put my team to North America. Don't forget that, boys. That's just John. Shut the hell up, Joe. They go to the election.